Hey guys, Justice Curry coming to you fuzzy somewhat on YouTube Live. Now, I've only played with this function a few times before with the YouTube Live, but I wanted to give it another try, especially since I have a package that you guys are going to fall in love with. So, first, let me figure this out. Got audio, got kids upstairs yelling. It's pandemonium, but it's fun at the same time. I'm hoping. Hey, bud, how you doing? Recovering toy addict. How you doing, brother? First, I wanted to show you before I get to the gem from Argentina for a exclusive figure, GI Joe figure from Brazil. Now, this figure was only produced by Estrella in the '80s, and it's unique. It doesn't look like any other figures that we're used to, or at least the domestic U.S. figures. So you're gonna love it. But give me a moment. Let me show you some MOTU Masters of the Universe fun that just arrived in the mail. Now, if you haven't followed me on Instagram or you're not my friend on Facebook, make sure to hit me up, just Justice Curry. But my buddy, I can't even pronounce his name, or at least his screen name. It's like Frankenlerder something or other. He makes these wonderful, wonderful casted, translucent, or not always translucent, but He-Man figures. And I've gotten a lot of customs from a lot of different customizers of MOTU, but he's one of the top dogs because there's no bubbles. It's super translucent. And if you know me, you know I love some translucent up there in the translucent chandelier, as well as some of the translucents waiting to go onto the chandelier up there. But I'm running out of room. I'll pick and choose the ones that kind of suffice. Also, from my buddy Frankenlerder, whatever, he sent me this. What up, cool toys? Chandelier. Yes, I'm glad you dig it, brother. So Deathlore is kind of like a knockoff or bootleg type MOTU figure that was produced in the '80s. And once you kind of conquer all the domestic figures and some of the foreigns, you go, what's next? Well, the MOTU bootleg knockoff figures, it's endless. There are so many freaking figures, and I kind of get into customs. But Spectratron, specifically Deathlore, is one of the most sought after ones. I'll show it to you in a minute if you care, but he has kind of this water flowing through him. Let me just show you. Trust me, you are going to love this GI Joe item, by the way. I wonder if I can. Oh, I can flip it around. So up here is my original Deathlore. His chest, let me reach up there momentarily, is literally hollowed out, and there's water and glitter inside. How crazy is that? So he's super desirable, sought after by collectors. I had to trade an arm and a leg to get that. Specifically, I had to trade a Sears Dreadnought Air Assault GI Joe box to my buddy Sebastian, and Sebastian, that was his original Deathlore. But I'm getting on a tangent like I often do, and my buddy made a Terror Claws Deathlore inspired figure, if you will. Terror Claws Skeletor, using some of the same colors. Also has not translucent, but little sparkly glitter type thing for his chest. And then he gave me some different Terror Claws arm accessories, like this green one, the red one. And someone help me sell my Transformers. Jeremy, I can always help you sell your Transformers. To get collections like this, I have to constantly be buying large collections, keeping a few items, flipping things, making a few bucks so that I can buy things that I'm showing you, because they are not cheap, and I don't want my wife freaking murdering me in my sleep. So without further ado, let me show you this crazy, awesome GI Joe package. I did break the tape seal, so I wasn't monkeying around with it live, but I have not opened it. I have no idea. They're supposedly mint on card, so if they're not, you might actually see Justice Curry crying live. All right, package. He he covered it in masking tape, which is kind of not masking, some type of tape. All right, let's see. Brrr, drum roll, please. There are 4 mint on card figures in here. First one. Are you working part-time for Domino's to buy a cool shirt and hat? Thanks, man. Crystar figures. Yes, I do have one of the Crystar figures on my translucent chandelier. Crystar was known for the translucent figures. What's up? Hi, Richie. Chicago in the house. What? I love Chicago. Kane County Toy Show. If you haven't been, it's in Chicago twice a year. That's a must. If you are kind of a beginner or introductory into G.I. Joe, heck, I didn't know this thing existed for years of collecting. I've never seen one offered for sale until the guy, well, I have seen them offered for sale, but they're crazy expensive. There's some condition issues with these cards, but for the price, I knew I would never find one again. Because, I mean, there's probably only a handful of these that survived. So what you are looking at is an 80s G.I. Joe made in Brazil by the Estrella Corporation. I'm going to butcher, like, I barely have a grasp on the English language, let alone trying to pronunciate things in other languages. What's up, Vince? So I'm going to butcher it. You guys will be like, oh, you suck. You don't know how to talk. I'm going to agree with you full-heartedly. This character is named Uzor. Now, Uzor had a lot of Repeater's body. You'll know Repeater. He was a 1989 G.I. Joe figure made domestically in the States. But obviously, he didn't have a mustache. He didn't have the same colors. But most of all, what's desirable about him is G.I. Joe's in the 80s had animals, and some in the 90s as well. Like you had Shipwreck's Parrot, you had Law and Order, and Junkyard and Mutt. They both had dogs. Spearhead and Max had a bobcat. Well, there is a freaking bear. Yes, a bear. How awesome. Let me turn this up. Let me show you a little bit better. So I'm going to flip it around so you can get a... Yeah, Uzor is the bomb. So this is a little more crystal quality. Look at that. Loving it. I'll show you the back here. Yeah, what's up, Marcelo? And then the other 3, because there was 4 total in the line. And again, I'm going to butcher the names, so I'll just show you. Yo Joe is a wonderful reference guide. But Forca Fera, there's 4 of them. Kangor, Leon-Tor, Tygore, Azure. Again, butchering them. But those are the 4 that we're going to see momentarily. So there's his file card that I cannot interpret. Or I could try to interpret it. But every single word would be wrong that I'm telling you. Let's move on to the next one. Also, if you want to see how weird I actually am, what's up, Green Yeti? Estrella, yes. I had the biggest crush on Lucy Lawless. I loved Hercules and Xena Warrior Princess growing up in my teens. I mean, I had a crush on her. And when I saw this at Goodwill a couple days ago, I knew the time to buy it is when you see it. Because I've never seen this before. It was only like $3. And I got home and I looked it up. I'm like, this sucker sells for like $60 to $100. I don't know who's paying that for it, but it's bizarre. I like it. I'll probably put it up on my ceiling. I'm running out of space, so lots of my rare goodies and toys that I love are going up on my ceiling. All right, let's see what's up next, guys. All right, Tygore. Oh, I'm so careful. I would hate for these to get all the way from Argentina and then Justice Curry destroys them while he's jankying around. I might get called away at any moment too. My crush was, yeah, oh yeah, she was awesome too. That's right, Doc. Insane collection. Thank you, Fluffy. I missed the end part. You are seeing it literally the same time I am seeing it. Tygore was used with recoils body parts. Let me turn it around to give you a little better view. Ba-ba. Check this out, guys. How beautiful. Now, Tygore had a tiger, hence the name Tygore. He had a tiger with him. There is condition issues with most of them. This tape, for whatever reason, when they were blowing these things out and trying to get rid of them and no one was buying them back in the 80s, they packaged, and actually it would have been the 90s too, because the guy showed me there was tape on these and they were taped together with the helicopter. You know, the 90s, fuzzy. The 90s, early 90s, like 4 helicopter guys where you pull the string and the helicopter would shoot up in the air. Well, they packaged the helicopter box, wrapped tape around this and that helicopter together. No idea. They're just trying to get rid of inventory, my assumption. Again, the back's not much different other than the file card. What's up, Joseph? Thank you for that nice compliment as my head expands, because he said I am a collecting legend. So I'm like, ooh, I am not a collecting legend. I am like all of you guys that just share my passion of collecting toys. I try to stay positive because there's so much freaking negativity in this world, and this is our escape from the real life problems. We all have issues and problems and whatnot, and this is my fun time. This is my me time, and I just happen to enjoy sharing my me time with you. Greetings from Denmark. Do you know who Hooder? I do not know who that is, good sir. If I could just figure out this zooming thing, but whatever. I'm not too concerned about it. I'm with you. You're with me. We're watching it together. True that. Greetings. All right, let's see what's next. Ooh, this is my favorite one. We're going to leave my favorite one for last. And you'll know why he's my favorite, because odds are, if you're watching this, he's going to be your favorite too. All right. Leon-Tor. Really, I doubt it's right. Negativity in the... But me, 14, I get a lot of crap for collecting. I know. You're going to get it. When I was outed by my coworkers, I kept my toy collecting secret for a long time. But once I learned to own it and not care what others thought about me, oh, it was so freaking freeing. All right. Check this out, guys. Leon-Tor with a lion. Yes. Isn't that so cool, guys? I mean, literally, all those animals we got, and granted, we got some cool ones with the dog and the parrot and the bobcat, but could you imagine if this was part of your nostalgia as well? It would be crazy. Leon-Tor is what? Backblast? Yeah, backblast. Body molds, but with some color changing differences. I'll probably mess around with this little stamp. Maybe that stamp can come off. I don't know. I don't want to rip the backing of it, but we'll see. All right. Last but not least, Black Major was super rude. Oh, I'm sorry you had that experience. Let's see. What's this one? We'll get it out of the plastic because of the lighting glare issues. And the lion is pretty epic. Now, Kangor is definitely my favorite. Big Boa, personal favorite. Big Boa, if you don't know, is the boxing dude. But there was also that, I don't know, I can't, not urban legend, but maybe in the 70s, there was some like wrestlers or boxers that would do entertainment by actually play boxing with kangaroos. All right, I'll be up in a second. All right, I'm about to turn into a pumpkin, so I got to hurry up. So I'll quit jabber-jawing and just show you the goods. So Kangor came with a kangaroo. So literally, he is boxing. Look at that. He just gave that mean right hook to that kangaroo, and he's like, oh my gosh. Or they're friends, and they're just fighting Joes together. Instead of using laser weapons, the kangaroo's using its hind legs and decimating the Joe team. But some super glue on there. Like I said, these were packaged for whatever reason with those helicopter boxes. and they taped them on, they super glued them on. But beggars can't be choosers, because you get to a point of collecting where you go, I freaking got everything. So what is there next? And I don't want to get to the stage, because there's some like the white mortal that can be like $4,000 for a single loose figure. If you don't know what white mortal is, look it up. It's like a snake eyes looking figure that's white and cobras. It's beautiful, but that's not going to make me any happier. A $15 figure compared to a $100 figure, they're both special to me. I both enjoy that. But thank God I'm blessed enough to be able to buy collections, flip, and then splurge every once in a while on things like this. These four, let me lay them out real quick before I turn into a pumpkin, because my wife is yelling upstairs for me to come upstairs and help out with the tuck-in times with the kids. I got a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old, and this is bedtime. All right, let me turn this around. So to give you one final look at these beauties, again, I've been looking for a number of years, but just never wanted to spend the crazy amount of money. And it's all about building relationships and friendships with people in the community, and having that trust. And one of the guys that came across these in Argentina decided he would reach out to me, and sure enough, we were able to make a deal, and it worked out nicely. So I've had the loose ones for a little while. Oh, you like that Green Yeti, the cosplay Snake Eyes? That was one of my favorite videos ever. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out 2 videos ago where I trick all my friends while wearing a Snake Eyes costume. But Kangor and Azure and all those guys mixed in with Speaking to the Devil, a Black Major figure right there, but also some Lethal, I think he's Lethal, the green one right there, the green Frag Viper, but also some UK stuff like Jackal, which is Destro with that skull and crossbones, and some other neat figures. But I don't know, you get to the point where you just want some uniqueness, some things to continue the hunt, because you got to have the hunt. The hunt for the toys is one of the most exciting parts. It's like a natural high that you get when you're patient, you wait. And some people that have unlimited resources, when one of those carded figures come up for $800, they're like, buy it. I can't. I got to be an opportunist and wait for that right time, and hopefully my finances are in line, and just pull the trigger. So I'm happy I did that. I'm super excited you got to share in this with me, and maybe I'll start doing these live videos a little more often. I don't know. We'll see. Love you all. Hit that subscribe button. Share the video. Check out my Patreon page if you want. If you don't, that's fine. Love you all. Keep that collecting spirit alive. Be nice to one another. God bless. Talk to you later. And let me see if I can figure out how to push the off button. Bye-bye.